Dear friends, we will continue our lecture of physiology, lecture number 27. We will continue our structure and functions of different glands. So last time we have seen the structure and functions of thyroid gland. Now we will continue the same. So last time we have seen antidiuretic hormone and thyroid gland. So thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland in the adult human, which is located in the thyroid region, or we can say in the neck region, or near the trachea. So thyroid gland is made up of two lateral lobes joined together across middle line by a narrow bridge of tissues called as isthmus. So isthmus is joining the both lateral lobes of the gland, and it is relatively larger in women and children than in men. So in men it is small. So it is the most familiar endocrine gland consisting of right and left lobes connected by an isthmus, which is joining these two lobes from the central side, and they are located at the ventral side of trachea. So respiratory tract, near the respiratory tract. Thyroid gland comprises of framework of connective tissues. So connective tissues are there combining both these glands, both these lobes with each other, and enclosing numerous rounded or oval follicles or vesicles of different sizes and covered by a capsule. So capsule encloses the whole gland for the safety and protection. Histologically, thyroid gland consists of a number of rounded thyroid follicles of various sizes, and they are separated by one another by connective tissue strands. This thyroid is richly supplied with blood vessels and nerves for nutrition and sensory communication with brain. Then it is innervated from the synaptic nerves, which is responsible for the conduction of the nerve impulses and messages thereto. So thyroid gland secretes thyroxine, that is C15, H11, O4 and N14. So this is the chemical structure or molecular arrangement which contains an amino acid and 65% of iodine. So iodine is the main element. The thyroid is composed of follicular and interfollicular zones, as you have seen in histology. So there are follicles of various sizes are there. So these are follicular and interfollicular zones. So follicles are surrounded by single layered cuboidal epithelial cells. So cuboidal cells are responsible for secretion everywhere, and therefore naturally the thyroid gland have cuboidal epithelial cells. Then lumen of each follicle contains a viscous liquid. Lumen of each follicle contains a viscous liquid called as thyroid colloid. So thyroid secretion is in a colloidal nature or jelly-like nature, therefore it is called as thyroid colloid. So this is the secretion of thyroid. Next, interfollicular zone contains nerves, blood vessels for nutrition, and large number of nuclei, which controls the activities of these cells. The nerves, blood vessels, and large number of nuclei are naturally there. So this is the basic structure or histological arrangement of the thyroid gland. So here you can see in picture the transverse section of thyroid gland. It shows the structure of follicle. So this one is another follicle, and this one, these are the follicles, and in between the space is interfollicular space in which the connective tissues are there. Then some histiocytes are there in between these two, in between follicular space. Then blood vessels and nerves are naturally there. So this one is the blood vessel, and some nerves are also there. This is the arrangement of cuboidal cells which are secreting the secretory material. Then some fat cells are also there as a reserve energy. and in between these secretory epithelial cells, the colloidal sticky secretion is there, called as colloid material or colloid matrix or colloid secretion in this gland. So hormones which are secreted by thyroid gland and their functions are depicted here. So naturally the thyroid gland secretes the thyroxine hormone, and its functions includes the secretion of two major hormones T3 and T4. So T3 is also called as triiodothyronine and T4 is also known as thyroxine or tetraiodothyronine. Triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine, T3 and T4. So T3 is physiologically more active and more potent than T4. So T3 and T4 are collectively called thyroid hormones or TH. T3 and T4 are the thyroid hormones and both are iodine containing amino acids. So main element is amino acid and naturally they contains the iodine. Thyroid hormones are anabolic in nature, and anabolism pertains to the constructive phase of metabolism and is the opposite of catabolism, the destructive process of metabolism. Catabolism means destruction and anabolism means construction. आपल्या शरीरामध्ये जे चयापचय चालतं म्हणजे मेटाबॉलिझम चालतं, त्या मेटाबॉलिझमचे दोन पद्धती आहेत. एक म्हणजे तयार करणे ॲनाबॉलिझम आणि दुसरं म्हणजे नष्ट करणे कॅटाबॉलिझम. आपण जे काही अन्न खातो पोटामध्ये टाकतो ते सगळं ॲनाबॉलिझम आहे आणि ते पचवल्यानंतर त्याच्यापासून ऊर्जा घ्यायची आणि बाकीचे बाहेर फेकून द्यायचे, त्याला म्हणायचं कॅटाबॉलिझम. So anabolism and catabolism is equal to metabolism. So this is the natural phenomena, and thyroid hormones are anabolic in nature. So they are playing a key role in construction of the food material or constructive phase of the metabolism. Thyroid hormones cause increased heart rate. Thyroid hormones cause increased heart rate, cardiac output, and ventilation rate. So these hormones are causes these three: heart rate, cardiac output, and ventilation rate is controlled there too. So this is the structure of thyroid gland. This is trachea, and here our neck is there. So below the neck or in the neck region at the anterior end there is the triangular thyroid cartilage which supports this thyroid gland, or called as Adam's apple. Below that there is a blood vessel which supply blood to the gland, and this is the main thyroid gland. These are the two lobes and joined by a central isthmus. This is the isthmus. This is the left lobe, this is the right lobe, and both lobes are joined at the middle, called as isthmus. So this is the thyroid gland and this is trachea or windpipe through which the respiration is carried out. Now we will see T3 and T4, triiodothyronine and tetraiodothyronine. So these are the two basic elements of this thyroid secretion, T3 and T4, which acts on various target cells to increase oxygen consumption and the basal metabolic rate. So basal actually L should be here. Basal metabolic rate, BMR, is controlled by these two secretions. BMR, basal metabolic rate, is the rate of energy expenditure in the body under basal conditions. Increased oxygen consumption and increased BMR lead to increased heart production in the body, that in turn helps to compensate for increased heat loss in cold weather, particularly in winter we can say. Basal metabolic rate is usually measured 12 hours after eating and after a restful sleep in a comfortable temperature with no exercise or activity before the test. Basal metabolic rate is increased in individuals with hyperthyroidism, which is the thyroid gland dysfunction. Whenever thyroid gland is not properly functioning or showing dysfunction, then hyperthyroidism occurs. So this is the cause, one of the cause we can say, or abnormal activity. In hyperthyroidism, patients experience tachycardia, nervousness, muscle wasting, and excess heat. So these are the causes of hyperthyroidism. Generally, patient shows tachycardia, nervousness, muscle wasting, and excess of heat is generated in the body. So these are the symptoms of hyperthyroidism. In short, we can say thyroid hormones increase glucose absorption from the small intestine and hepatic glucose production. So glucose production is increases. However, patients with normal insulin concentration do not experience elevated serum glucose level. Means the glucose level which is increasing in thyroid patient or thyroid hormone deficiency conditions, then sugar should not be there or insulin should be in a normal way. Otherwise, this function is changed or affected. Thyroid hormones are essential for normal growth and maturation. They play crucial role in the development of central nervous system. So thyroid gland is responsible for the development of central nervous system. Once your central nervous system working normally, your thyroid gland is very properly functioning. The most serious effect of thyroid hormone deficiency during childhood is permanent brain damage and dwarfism. The people those who are dwarf किंवा जे माणसं बुटके आहेत किंवा ज्यांच्या ब्रेन वर्किंग करत नाही अशा लोकांमध्ये थायरॉइड ग्लँडची फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर नसते किंवा थायरॉइड ग्लँडची फंक्शनिंग थांबलेली असते. म्हणून काही माणसं बुटके असतात बघा, 3 फूट 2 फूट असे काही असतात, तर त्यांची ही ग्रंथी अजिबात काम करत नाही असं जवळपास लक्षात येतं किंवा 80 ते 90% त्याच्यात फंक्शनिंग ॲबनॉर्मल असते. So thyroid glands accelerate, thyroid hormone accelerate cholesterol and cholesterol clearance from the plasma. So thyroid hormones are required for conversion of carotene to vitamin A. Patients with hypothyroidism may suffer from night blindness. Means we have seen last time in last slide hyperthyroidism, the effects, nervousness and likewise. So hypothyroidism also suffer from the abnormalities like night blindness. So patient is unable to see at night or clear vision is not observed at night in a hypothyroidism patient. So thyroid glands also releases a minor hormone called as calcitonin. This is a normal minor hormone which is involved in calcium and phosphate metabolism. So these two elements are metabolized by this proper functioning of the hormone. Calcitonin stimulates cartilage growth and causes increased deposition of calcium in the bones, therefore promoting bone formation and reducing calcium concentration from the blood. So in this way, the thyroid hormones and thyroidism is occur in the secretion or activity or proper functioning of the thyroid gland. So the main elements T3 and T4, mostly containing amino acids, are responsible for the control of growth, then development of brain and other related activities of the body. So dwarfism is also the cause. Then hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism are the causes which may cause nervousness, muscle failure, night blindness and likewise activities. So this is about the thyroid gland. So we will see about the other glands in our next lecture. So till now we will concise here our speech, but I would like to show you one more slide before concising it. One more slide is on the parathyroid gland, because the thyroid gland is responsible for the control of growth mainly. So structure of parathyroid gland and function we will see. They develop from endoderm of the embryo. The parathyroid gland consists of 4 separate glands located on the posterior surface of the lobes of the thyroid gland. The cells of parathyroid glands are arranged in a compact mass and are of 2 types: small chief cells or principal cells and large oxyphil cells or eosinophil cells. These cells are enclosed by a delicate connective tissue capsule. The chief cells are much more numerous than the oxyphil cells. The latter are absent in young and appear a little before age of puberty. So the cells, it's a secretion, the chief cells which are the main cells, then oxyphil cells, they in young and appear a little before the age of puberty. So this is the arrangement, this is the growth and this is the development, which shows that the parathyroid glands are also supporting to the growth and development, in short, either in a reproductive or other body cells. If we will see the transfer section of thyroid gland, likewise the transfer section of parathyroid gland, it shows 2 parathyroid glands or follicles always found embedded in the substance of thyroid or found on each side of the thyroid gland. So these are located just close to the thyroid gland, therefore called as parathyroid gland. Each parathyroid is enclosed within a capsule. Likewise, thyroid glands, they are also enclosed in a capsule. Each parathyroid is a glandular organ consisting of columns of epithelial cells and blood vessels. The gland contains chief cells as in a thyroid cells, likewise cells, but here they are known as chief cells. Then colloid or oxyphil cells, colloidal secretion is there, separated by the connective tissue. Parathyroid produces a hormone called as parathormone, which is devoid of iodine, means there is no iodine. So this is the arrangement of these parathyroid glands. Then removal of parathyroid causes tetany or death cells is also the function. Numerous sinusoid blood channels run between the columns. Then parathyroid gland develops as epithelial outgrowth from the 3rd and 4th brachial cleft of the embryo. So this is about the parathyroid gland and its working. So the hormones which are secreted by parathyroid glands includes the parathyroid hormone PTH. The chief cells which are present in the parathyroid gland secretes a hormone called as parathyroid hormone or parathormone, or also called as Collips hormone, after the name of its discoverer, Dr. Collips, or the scientist name is Collips. Therefore, the parathyroid secretion is also known as Collips hormone. So this hormone regulates the calcium and phosphate balance between the blood and other tissues. Parathyroid hormone inhibits collagen synthesis by osteoblasts and bone resorption by osteoclasts. So these are the two important things to be noted here. Collagen synthesis by osteoblast and bone resorption by osteoclast. So blast and clast both are the cells here. It metabolizes the release of calcium into the blood from the bones. Parathyroid increases calcium absorption from the intestines. It increases calcium resorption from the nephrons and inhibits phosphate reabsorption of the kidneys. Thus, parathormone or parathyroid hormones regulates the metabolism of calcium and phosphate. Parathyroids are under the feedback control of blood calcium level. A fall in blood calcium stimulates them to secrete parathormone. A rise in blood calcium inhibits parathormone secretion from them. Thus, parathyroid hormone has an effect that opposes the effect of calcitonin. The functions of oxyphil cells are unknown. And this is about the parathyroid gland. So we will see here the histological structure of a parathyroid gland. So these are the parathyroid glands located under the thyroid glands. These are the thyroid glands and these are the parathyroid glands indicated in the squares. The histological structure shows that these are the thyroid follicles. Then this one is the blood vessels supporting for the nutritive material. Then this is the parathyroid gland having parathyroid secretions, and connective tissues are connecting there too in the parathyroid gland, and it is covered by capsule. So whole gland is covered by capsule. This secretion is called as parathyroid hormone, and this is the transfer section passing through the thyroid gland and gross structure of this is the gross structure of parathyroid gland, and this is the histological structure of parathyroid gland. So this is about our today's speech. We will concise here the speech, and in our next lecture we will see the pancreas. The next gland is the pancreas. Till then we will see you.